Alright, let's get right into it. We're going to break down an idea that might just fundamentally change how you approach every single goal you've ever set for yourself. Just let that sink in for a second. Motivation is the most expensive lie you've ever believed. I mean, we're always told to find our motivation, right? But what if that's the wrong advice entirely? What if the real key to success and the real reason for all our past failures is something else, something called a system? And look, this isn't some hype fest. This is about getting a real explanation for why working harder just hasn't been working for you, even though you've been giving it your all. Because let's be honest, if motivation was really the answer, wouldn't we all be a lot more consistent by now? So, let's start by diagnosing the actual problem. Section 1, the Day 12 failure. This is all about why our best intentions so often just crash and burn. Yeah, this lays out the trap perfectly. Motivation feels incredible, doesn't it? It's this huge emotional surge, and it absolutely feels like you're making progress. But here's the fundamental flaw, and it's a big one. Emotions are unstable. They're designed to rise, crash, and then poof, they just disappear. And this is what leads us to what we call the Day 12 failure. Most people don't fail on Day 1, when excitement is through the roof. They fail somewhere around Day 12. Why? Because that's when the emotional fuel tank finally hits empty. And the takeaway here is absolutely critical. It's not because you're lazy. It's because motivation was never, ever designed for the long haul. Now, here's a really counterintuitive idea for you. Smart people often struggle with this more. Why? Well, they overthink. They wait to feel ready. They wait to feel perfectly aligned. They wait for motivation to strike. A beginner, on the other hand, they don't wait for permission from their feelings. They just start. They just execute. So if motivation is the trap, what's the escape route? Well, that brings us to the good part. Section 2, the system solution. This is where we learn how to finally break free. This right here, this is the dangerous loop so many of us get stuck in. It probably looks really familiar. It starts great. You feel motivated, so you take action. But then, step 3 hits. The results aren't coming as fast as you'd hoped. So, naturally, your motivation drops. And once that's gone, the action stops. And you know the worst part? We end up blaming ourselves. But I want you to take a breath and really hear this. The problem was never you. The problem was the design you were using. Your past failures weren't some reflection of your character or your willpower. They were just the inevitable result of using a flawed framework. Hey, independent CEO, welcome to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. To support my channel, and click the notification bell for more video updates like this. Consider to share and comment down below if this video is helpful. So what do systems actually do? It's not what you think. Systems don't give you energy. They don't hype you up. They do something much, much more powerful. They remove decisions. And that right there is the secret. Fewer decisions mean less friction. See, every time you have to decide if you're going to do something or how you're going to do it, you're opening the door for emotions and doubt to creep in. A good system just keeps that door shut. A real functional system is surprisingly simple. It just needs to answer 3 questions. And the first one is this: what starts this? You need a clear, objective trigger, not a feeling, but an actual event. Something like when my alarm goes off or right after I brush my teeth. The second question it has to answer is, what happens next? This defines the action. It's a predetermined sequence that just follows the trigger. If A happens, then B happens. There's no debate, no negotiation with yourself. And finally, every good system needs to answer, when does it stop? Having a clear finish line, like write for 25 minutes or do 3 sets of 10 reps, is just as critical as the start. It prevents burnout and it gets rid of that awful feeling of not knowing when you're actually done. You know, when you start building these simple systems, something really profound starts to happen. And that takes us to section 3, discipline by design. This is where we go from just changing our actions to changing our actual identity. Just look at the powerful contrast here. The motivated mind wakes up and asks an internal question based on feelings. Do I feel like it today? The systemic mind wakes up and asks an external, process-based question. What does the system say? One approach relies on something totally unreliable, while the other relies on a structure you built yourself. And that's the whole game changer. The most consistent people you admire, they aren't superhumanly disciplined. They are just the most structured. Their progress comes from their design, not from some daily exhausting battle of willpower. So this redefines a word that we all kind of struggle with, right? Discipline is not a personality trait you're born with or without. As it says right here, it's a design choice. It's about being an architect for your own life, making it so the right actions are the easiest ones to take. Okay, let's bring all this home in our final section. Stability is freedom. Because the real goal isn't to feel motivated all the time. It's just to function effectively. This quote is such a powerful gut check. If your life requires motivation to function, it's poorly designed. It lets us stop seeing our daily struggles as some test of our willpower and instead see them as a design problem that we actually have the power to solve. You know, we tend to think of systems and structure as boring or restrictive, but the exact opposite is true. Stability isn't boring. Stability is freedom. It's freedom from that exhausting negotiation you have with yourself every single day. It's the freedom to use your best energy on the things that actually matter to you. So here's the final call to action. Stop trying to feel motivated. Just stop. Instead, start building systems that work without you. Systems that will carry you forward on the days you feel great, and, more importantly, on the days that you don't. So I'll leave you with a starting point. A simple question. What is one decision, just one, that you can remove from your life tomorrow? Find it, design a simple system to automate it, and just see what happens. That, right there, is how real change begins.
If this video is helpful, I am so thankful for your watching. See you in the next video. Bye for now.